I say not doing it.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. So for this class today, we just want to get ourselves into knowing what this class looks like, so that at least we can get acquainted with the class. And also, in this class, I'll be giving you some rules. The population is so much, so it's going to be a little bit tedious managing the population. It's going to be tedious managing the population. However, what will happen is that in case you are not added to the class, you can just uh, ensure that you follow up with the link. You can ensure that you follow up with YouTube. So you can also watch YouTube live. You can watch YouTube live. That's what I'm saying. So now, the number one rule is that, in as much as I would have loved that we communicate in this class, the population of this class will not tolerate that we all talk. So in that regard, you would always be advised to use the chat room to discuss, so that if you have any question, please ensure that you use the chat room. I'll ensure that I am either you are connecting on YouTube or you are connecting on Google Meet. Just ensure that you use the chat room. I'll be available to answer your questions. Number two is that, in case you have any question, I'm going to retrieve that fact. Please ensure that when joining the class, your mic is muted. When joining the class, the mic is muted. The reason for the muted mic is to avoid every form of distraction. So please ensure you mute your mic. If I discover that there is noise from your end, I may be forced, even when I'm not supposed to do it, I may be forced to remove you from the call so that others will join, right? And I don't want to have issues around me removing you and you finding it difficult to join. The population is quite much, so it will be difficult for me to handle everybody except using those stringent rules. Having said that, right? So any moment from now, you'll be seeing my screen. Uh, Manuel, you just be us. So problem. Uh, Please ensure that you mute your mic. You cannot can if you can hear me, just confirm that you can hear me. Type you can hear me. Type that you can hear me. If you can hear me, just type that you hear me. If you can hear me, just use an emoji to show that you can. Like I said, anyone you want to do, please just you can hear me. Okay. All right. So let's get into the course outline. My screen. Can you see my screen?
No.
Hello, please confirm that you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Please confirm that you can see my screen. Okay. Please confirm that you can see my screen.
Lower the west.
Yeah, yes, I can see your screen.
Please confirm that you can see my screen. Okay. Hello, please confirm that you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear
Yes,
you now.
I can hear you, sir, but I can't see your screen.
I can hear
We
you,
Yes,
can
sir.
sir,
We
hear
but
can't see
you.
you. Can't see your screen. We can hear you, but we
okay,
can't see your screen.
okay, that's fine.
Can you hear
Sorry.
you?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Can you see my screen now?
No.
No,
No, not yet.
10 minutes from now, it should come up. Come up now.
it has come up.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, can you hear me
Yes,
now?
sir.
Okay,
I
so
can hear you.
we'll be doing
I can hear you.
double taxation relief. After double taxation relief, we'll then be looking at um, taxation of mining companies. Then we can now, after that, we'll be looking at tax administration in Nigeria. This is not as important as others. Then after looking at the tax administration in Nigeria, we're looking at tax management. Of course, under the tax management, we'll also be looking at ethical issues in taxation. All right, ethical issues in taxation. So if I'm going to say the areas you should concentrate on, I would say concentrate on this, because without it you cannot answer your number one. Please mute your mics to avoid moving you from the class. Number two, concentrate on this. Concentrate on this too. It's very important. Then concentrate on this. Also focus, concentrate on this, right? This has not been tested in a while. I think it was tested last night. So let me just say important. This is 100% concentration. I'm very sure they will test this, right? So this is also important, right? This is necessary. Let me just use the word important, right? This is necessary, but also use the word important because all of them are important actually. Then you should also concentrate, like give your attention to this guy here. Concentrate. This is necessary, so you can also say important. This is also necessary, but you can say it's important too. You should concentrate on this guy. Yeah, this guy can help you to cross over the 50, but it's not as important as others. Not compulsory to be tested, right? Then finally, also this is necessary, important too. So actually, from my choice of words, from now you should serious about what and what you need in the exam. As time goes on, if you are able to monitor the way I teach, you will realize that I will put more strength on one than the other. Anyone I put more strength, please. So is important, right? So this is basically the course out for the class, right? So let's quickly check out. So this first thing I wanted to achieve today, introducing you to the course. Right? Yeah, it's supposed to be confidential. It's supposed to be confidential information, but I will share with you after the class. I will share with you after the class. Right? That said, I think I can go to the first topic. I think I can go to the first topic now. So let's go to the, yeah, I will show it again. I just want to be sure everybody's on the same page. So let's get into the, so basis period. So let's get into determination of basis period. You know, your basis period is expected, I mean, your tax liability is expected to cover for a certain period, right? I repeat that again, your tax liability is supposed to cover, is expected to cover for a certain period, right? So the period in which we expect that your tax liability will cover for, that period is what we refer to as basis period, right? The period we expect that your tax liability will cover. So let's say, for instance, we expect that you cover between January and June, or between January and December. That becomes the basis period. So basis period is the period that the tax liability is expected to cover for, right? Right. Example, we said January to December, or April to March. That's what we refer to as basis period, right? So there are two types of basis period. So first you have the normal basis period. That's the first one we have. We have what's called normal basis period. The second one we have is called the abnormal basis period. So the first one we have is called the normal basis period. The second one is called the abnormal basis period. So what is normal basis period? Right? Just to simply put it, please confirm that you can still hear me, right? Just a volunteer to do that, to confirm
We
that you
can
can
hear
hear
you, but we can't see your screen.
normal
I can
basis
hear you.
normal basis period.
We can hear you.
This is a basis period that is 12 months. That is 12 months basically. So we are saying it is a full year, right? So it follows Gregorian calendar. That's example, we will say January to December. Or you can to July, right? That's a 12-month period. Normal basis period. Abnormal basis period. So this is a basis period that is usually not a 12-month period, right? So in other words, we are saying that it is a basis period that is less than 12 months, right? The basis period that is less than 12 months, right? So if it's not a 12-month period, then it's called an abnormal basis period. Then the question now arises, if what we have ideally is 12 months period, then what are the events or situations or circumstances that will give rise to an abnormal basis period? That is the next thing we want to answer. So what are the circumstances or events that give rise to abnormal basis period? What are the events that give rise to abnormal basis period? Number one is called commencement of business. That's the first one. One is called commencement of business. Number two is referred to as changes in accounting debt. Changes in accounting debt. Number three is called cessation. So, of business. If you are watching on YouTube, you can just subscribe to the channel so that you can be able to watch the playbacks of the class again, right? So that you can get the prompt. All right. So cessation of business. That's the third one. So let's look at each of them one after the other. what is commencement of business? Right? Commencement of business occurs when a business starts operation. I repeat that again. This occurs when a business starts operations. When a business starts operations. Now, please note my word. I didn't say when the business is incorporated. I said when the business starts operation. So in this case now, what you need is not the date the business was incorporated. What you need is the date the business starts business. I mean, not the date the business is incorporated. What you need is the date the business start operation. And a business is said to start operation when it begins trading. That's when it starts all technical and administrative activities regarding that business, right? Now, if that's the case, how do we determine basis period? Finance Act 2019, right, guides us on how to prepare or how to determine the basis period. So let's go year one. Year one. So the basis period shall be on preceding year basis. I will explain what preceding year basis means in the next couple of minutes. Preceding year basis, right? So it shall be on preceding year basis, and the basis period shall be from the date of commencement to the first accounting year end. That's the first one. Please, year two, the basis period shall be a day after the previous, right, accounting year end to the next accounting year end, right? Then in year three, the basis period shall be a day after the previous accounting year end and to the next accounting year. Now, things you need to note is that there shall be no gap or overlapping in the basis period. There shall be no gap or overlapping in the basis period, right? Don't worry, I will explain what that means to you in the next couple of minutes too. So what is preceding year basis? There are two bases of assessment, right? Is that you do the preceding year basis or actual year basis. But mostly for the context of this class, we'll be using the preceding year basis. And the preceding what preceding year basis means is that the tax for this period will be assessed. I mean, the profit for this period will be assessed to tax the following year. What I'm saying in essence is that the profit for 2021 will be assessed to tax in 2022, right? The profit for 2022 will be assessed to tax in 2023. So let's do an exercise. Let's do an exercise. So when will the profit for 2023 be assessed to tax? If I'm following preceding year basis, when will profit of 2023 be assessed to tax? Please use the comment, the chat room to answer. Use the chat.
2020.
All right. Good. So you are following. So it will be assessed to tax in 2024. That's what preceding year basis means. So it means the profit of this year will be assessed to tax the following year. That's good. So let's look look at, so that's very simple, provided you can follow instruction. Tax is 100% rule-based. It is rule-based. So all you need to know, all you need to do to scale the course is to know the rules and play by the rules. And once you are able to play by the rules and the tax laws we are giving you, then you will be able to scale the course. Right. Having said that, let's look at illustration. All right. So Apex Limited was incorporated on 31st April 2021, but commenced trading on 1st July 2021. He has decided to select 31st December as the usual accounting year, right? So you are required now determine the basis period and year of assessment for the relevant years. So what I will just do is just interpret the law, right, that I quoted before. So let's get into it. We have Apex Limited, determination of basis period. Or I will do as if I don't know the year, just to illustrate something to you. So YOA, that's year of assessment, then basis period, right? Now, don't forget our rule. Our rule says that from the date of commencement, not the day of incorporation. So in any question you are given, please disregard the date of incorporation. Also, let me say this, that basis period for a level will not be tested, right? It's not examinable for a level. However, I don't think you will be able to solve question number 1 without knowing basis period. And also, basis period is very key in that the next 3, 4, 5, 6 topics we'll be discussing will still be making reference to basis period. So try as much as possible to get it now so that the other topics will be way easy for you to attend. Right. So following this rule now, let's look at this question. So he commenced business on 1st July 2021. So our rule says that the basis period shall be from the date of commencement. The date of commencement here is when? 1st July 2021. So let's write that down. 1/7/2021 to the first accounting year end. So what's the first accounting year end? The first accounting year end is the first year that the account will stop. The first year we're expecting to submit his report, right? So the first accounting year end. So we have 31 December. This time is 2021. And don't forget that it's preceding year basis. And don't forget that the definition we said that you have one as the year of assessment, right? The following year, I will have 2023, right? The rule says a day after the previous accounting year end, and the day after 31st January is Happy New Year. So that's 1st January, right? 1st January 2022 to 31 December 2022. Then the third year, the law still provides that a day after the previous year, and a day after December will be January. So I will do 2024 year of assessment, and then see 1st 2023, right? So if you have any question, please let us use the chat room so that we can, if you have any question, please use the chat room. If you have any question, please use the chat room. Any question. If you understand what we discussed so far, please type you can understand or you understand. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, good. Good. Okay, good. All right. If you cannot see my screen, I should assume that it should be your network. So you may want to change your network and connect back to the class. I think if others can see, then it should be from your end. Check your network and connect back to the class. So now that we understand, let's do another illustration to buttress our point. Please note that Finance Act starts from 2020 yield assessment. Yeah. I'm not sure I understand what Sarah is saying. Please, please permit me. If you want to refer to me, just refer to me as Olukunle. We'll be adopting first name for the course of this class, right? So, yeah, basis spread covers for 3 years. You are correct. And Finance Act 2019 began in 2020 year of assessment. Begins from 2020 year of assessment. So let's do illustration 2. Illustration 2. ABC Limited was incorporated on 1st April 2020, but started trading on 1st July 2020. He has decided to select 31st August as the usual accounting year required. Determine the basis period for the relevant years of assessment. All right, so I'm doing ABC Limited this time. That by the way, or please always write the question you are solving, the name of the question, and then write what you are doing. Determination of basis period so I'll pretend as if I don't know the year. Let me update this. Pretend as if I don't know the years of assessment. Right? So for 2022 to 2024. Sorry, I don't know this one yet. So let me just hold on. YOA, then basis period. So the rule says from the date of commencement, right? So that's 1st July 2020. So the first accounting year end, right? So let me do a kind of exercise here. Can we have some people that will tell us the first accounting year end? What do you think should be the first accounting year end? Please use the chat room. What do you think should be the first accounting year?
At 1st August.
Okay. So you're saying, so I'm waiting for responses I've not gotten. On use the chat room instead so that the class behind too. I need the year behind. I'm seeing one. I need the year behind. Okay. I need the year. So write it in full. Don't just say that 1 August. Write it in full. God is saying 22. You are correct. So we have 3 groups as expected. 3 groups as expected. So let's do the correction. Don't forget our rule. Our rule says from the date of commencement to the first accounting year end. So by the first accounting year, we mean the first one you will reach, the first one you get to. So let's get July, August. I will get to August 2021. So for that reason, it is 31 August
2020.
20.
That's it.
Right.
First
So the year of will now be 2021.
group class.
I know your question will be that it's not up to 12 months. Not compulsory that it should be up to 12 months. It doesn't matter how many months are there. In fact, it will not be more than 12 months. It must not be more than 12 months. 21 to 2023, why way, right? So I'll be doing the next year, 2022. I have one from a day after. The day after August is when? September.
The first
2020, 31 August
20.
2021. Please mute your mic so that the class will not be rowdy and the recording will not be affected. So 2023, we'll move again. So you do a day after, right? 1st September 2021 to when? 31 August 2022. Any question? Any question? Right. In case of, if you have any question, please use the chat room. Feel free to ask your question. If you have any question, please use the chat room. Right. If you have any question, please use the chat room. Okay. Understand this illustration we solved. Please type I understand. So type I understand. Is it that nobody's understanding? Okay. Okay, that's fine. All right. All right. Good. Thank you. Thank you for joining the class. Right. It's a bit more interesting. So illustration 3. Baker Limited was incorporated on 1st December 2021. Was started business on 1st March 2022. You are provided with the relevant information. right? Period to 31 August 2022. The profit you have is 8.3 million. Then you have year to 31 August 23, 11.9. Sorry, beg your pardon. This should be 2023 and this should be 2024. Right, so required. Determine the basis period and assessable profit for the relevant years of assessment. All right. So there's the question now. First thing, I want to just do a kind of class assessment. Please, uh, yes, Benjamin, it has changed. I will still make reference to that. Benjamin, it has changed. So can somebody, okay, I want you to, no, you don't need to work on the profit. Just tell me what you think the first basis period will be, right? Just type what you think the first basis period will be. So let's do Baker Limited, do Baker. There's no mistake there, except if you want to clarify, Jaja, what you think should be what you think the mistake is, right? But there's no mistake in what I think I'm doing. So if you feel there's a mistake, you may want to type that out what the mistake is, right? Okay, good. So we want to find, you will find out if you are correct. Just keep your answers coming so that we can do together. Okay, good. So let's, so good. All right, good to have your response. So stop, you may want to stop typing now and let's solve the question. So determination of basis period and accessible profit for, let's get into it. By way, basis period, then accessible profit. So what's the first basis period? The first basis period is going to be from the date of commencement. So the date of commencement we have here is 1st of March 2022, and the law says to the first accounting year end. So the first accounting year end is 31 August 2023 year of assessment. What 2023 year of assessment. So in this case now, when you have a profit, the profit you have is spanning to 2023. But don't forget that our business period ended in 2022. So we need to now pick out the period here. So we are picking the profit from March to August 2022, from March to August 2023. We are picking that profit. Let me explain it better. The profit here contains from March 2022 to August 2023. Whereas what we wanted to, well, what we need here is only from March 2022 to August 2022. So what we need to do here is to prorate. So by prorating, we want to pick how many months do we have between March and August 2022. Feel free to count your fingers or just jot them down. So we have March, April, May, June, July, August. That's 6 months. Is that correct, everybody? Good. Then how many months do we have between March and August 2023? How many months do we have between March 2022 and August 2023? We have 18. So we take 6 over 18 times 8.3 million. 6 over 18 times 8.3 million. So what do you have? What do you have?
Sir, please come again with that 18.
I said we are picking the profits from August, from March to August 2022, from the profit you have from March to August 2023. So you are picking 6 months. This profit here contains 18 months, right? So you are picking the profit of 6 months from the profit of 18 months. So what we need to do is to prorate, right? So with that, we have 2,000,006. Is that what you have, everybody? 2,766,666. 2,766,667. Abi?
Yes.
So the next year you pick 2024 year of assessment, right? Then we'll start again. We'll pick 1 August 2022 to, 1 September, beg your pardon, because we are starting the day after the previous accounting year. So 1 September 2022 to 31 August 2023. So this time around, from September to August, what we have is 12 months. What we have is 12 months, right? So this time around, they are picking 12 over 18 times 8.3 million. Right? So what do you have as profit? What do you have? You have 5,533.
5,533.
Okay. So you have 5, right?
5,533.
Right. So in the 2025 year of assessment, it's just going to be that you start the day after, right? So that's 1 September 2023 to 31 August 2024. That's what? 11.9 million. All right. So any question? Please, if you have any question, please feel free to use the chat room. Please feel free to use the chat room. If you have any question, please feel free to use the chat room. Right. If you understand, say type I understand. If you understand it, say type, please type I understand. If you don't, please use the chat room. Just tell me. Use. If you don't, okay. I just don't want it to be rowdy anyway. That's why I'm restricting our use of voice so that we don't have a lot of distractions. But if you understand, please, you can use the emoji or you can type I understand so that we can move on. All right, I will show that now. Right, please mute your mics to avoid distractions. Please mute your mics to avoid distractions. So I can now come to the edging and adjust for 2023 to 2025 years of assessment. All right. So now, the Finance Act 2019 became applicable in 2020, right? So I think it would be nice for us to understand what the old rule was saying, so that when they test the old rule in exam, you will be familiar with it. This thing that can affect the recording. Right. 2 days ago, for skills level, we were thinking that they will not test the old rule. Lo and behold, they brought the old rule in the exam. We could not complain because it's part of the syllabus. And anything in the syllabus can be tested, right? So let's look at what is the provisions of the old rule. Provisions of the old rule. For the old rule, I will only give you the rule. I will dictate the rule, right? After dictating the rule, I will then we'll have to call up the class to continue on Thursday. We'll have to call up the class. So I'll just dictate the rule. And after dictating the rule, we can then call it a night there. And then we'll continue from there. The next class. Right. Your mic. Please, I'm begging. Please, I'm begging. I don't really want to remove people tonight. Please, I'm begging. Please mute your mic so that we will avoid distractions.
Okay, ayan kan ló ti kú yìí. Náà pẹ́gbẹ́ gọ́tà la wà so.
All right, so we will have to use the first. So what's the rule? So year one, don't forget that commencement rule covers for 3 years. So for year one, it is on actual year basis. So the basis period shall be from the date of commencement to 31st December of that same year. Year two, the basis period shall be from the date of commencement to 12 months period. Year three, it must be on actual sorry, what am I typing? It must be on preceding year basis. I mean to type. It must be on preceding year basis, right? B. It must end on the accounting year end. It must end at the accounting year end. And then C, where it does not meet rule A and B above, repeat year two in year three. Right. Repeat year two in year three. That's the rule. Right. That's the rule. So I repeat that again. Year one from the date of commencement to 31st December of that same year. Year two from the date of commencement to 12 months period. Year three, it must be on preceding year basis. It must end at the accounting year end. Year does not meet the rules. That repeat year 2, in year 3. It does not meet the rule. Repeat year 2 in year 3. So having said that, I think I have 20 more minutes. Okay, if you
So,
want
sorry,
us,
sorry, sorry, sorry. Hello, hello.
yeah, Lawal, please go ahead.
So,
Yeah,
so
please go
please,
ahead.
I didn't get the basis period. Please,
You didn't get what?
I think the previous explanation on the basis period, please.
I'm not sure I'm clear with your question.
I mean the analysis of the basis period, and from the date of commencement to
You mean the
the
old
next
rule?
accounting period, please. Sorry,
You mean the old rule or the
I mean
new
this
rule?
no, the new rule, please.
No, you may want to reach out to me after the class
Okay.
so that we don't drag others down. If it is the old rule, I'll be willing to explain again, but we've gone beyond that so that we don't drag others down. So
No,
that's
no, I mean this example. That's what I mean. This example.
you mean yes, that's what I'm saying. Just reach out to me after the class. I can explain better.
Okay, no
If you are
problem.
talking
No
about,
problem.
you are talking about Baker Limited, if I get you clearly,
Yes, yes.
you have to, I'm sure, except if we have other people who don't understand on the call. Are there anybody who don't understand on the call too? So that if you don't understand it, just please type I don't understand so that
Sir, is this old rule I don't understand though? I don't
okay, no
understand this
problem.
old rule.
If it is old rule, don't worry. It is the new rule. I'm just okay, you don't understand. Okay. So I'll come again with the illustration again. All right, let's go back to that Baker Limited. Don't forget our compass. Our compass is saying from the date of commencement to the first accounting year, right? The second year is saying a day after the previous year to the next accounting year. Then the third year, a day after the previous year to the next accounting year, right? If you go by that rule, the Baker Limited started business on 1st March. That's 1/3/2022. And the first accounting year will be 31st August 2022 because the rule says the first, right? That's 31 August 2022, right? So we have to check how many months profits do we have here. If you count if you count properly, you will realize that we have 18 months here. Realize you have 18 months. Meanwhile, if you check this basis period covers for only 6 months. That's March to August 2022. So what we want to achieve here is to bring the 6 months out of the 18 months. And by doing that, you have to do 6/18. That's the periods in the basis period. That's the months in the basis period over the total number of months in the question provided, right, times the profit. Then that gave us 2.766 million. And don't forget it's on preceding year basis. So 2022 will be assessed with tax in 2023. The rules then go forward to say from a day after, that's 1st of September 2022, to the next accounting year end. That's 31 August 2023. And if you count properly, that's 12 months here, right? And don't forget that we still have that same profit here, right? We have that same profit here. So what we want to do now is to take the 12 of the 18 months. That's why we are doing 12/18 times 8.3 million. Don't forget that it is still based on preceding year basis. So if you do that carefully, you will get 5.5333, right? Then the next basis period, you have a day after. That's 1/9/2023 to 31st August 2024, right? And don't forget it's preceding year basis. And if you check here, the question, you will see that it's year two. That means it's 12 months period. So all we need to do is just to pick the profit and place it where it belongs. Do you understand it now? Please, let's use the chat room to say I understand if you understand. If you need clarification, just tell me you need more clarification in the exact place. If you understand, please tell me on. Just here. Okay, good. The man who asked the question, please, do you understand? Sorry, I forgot your name. Okay, Lawal, thank you. All right. So let's come back to the new old rule. I mean, so the law is saying, don't worry. I know it's theory, so you may not understand the theories until we put some figures to it. But unfortunately, I will not be permitted to do that because you have class after this call, right? You have a class after this call, so you may want to join. You will be joining that class. So for that, I will not be able to solve. But let me explain this. The law is saying that for year one, it's from the date of commencement to 31st December, not the first accounting year in this time. It is 31st December of that same year. So because you are doing of the same year, then you are doing it on actual year basis. Meaning that year profit to be assessed to tax, that's a year. Meaning that year profit to be assessed to tax, that's same year. So in the second year, which is the year, I repeat that again, you are due from the date of commencement to 12 months period. And in the third year, it must be on preceding year basis. It must end at the accounting year end. But where you are not able to meet the two rules, in most instances where you are not able to meet the two rules, just repeat the second year in the third year. Right? I understand that it's a little bit not clear. So let me see if I can do something in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Do you agree that I should do something in the next 5 to 10 minutes?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Please, I have a question, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So, okay, please, sir. In the exam, are you going to be asked to apply both the new and the old rule?
You can be asked. So in the case where you are asked, the years will determine. The years in the question will determine. So don't worry, just stay on the call. You understand what I'm saying the next couple of minutes or in the next class, depending. Right. But you can be asked, well, the answer to your question is you can be asked to use the old rule and the new rule in the exam. Right. So illustration. Abims Limited started business on 1st September 2016. You are provided with the following information. Period to 31st March 2017. The profit is 1.7, 1.8, beg your pardon, 0.8 million. Then year to 31st March 2018, you have 3.2 million. All right, year to 31st March 2019, you have 4.5 million, right? Required. Determine the basis period and accessible profit. If you are watching on YouTube, please ensure that you subscribe so that you can be able to gain access to watch the recording. Also, if you are watching using, if you are following with Google Meet, you can also just click on subscribe button on YouTube so that you can follow up with the recording. Right. Determine the basis period and accessible profit for the relevant years of assessments. Right. So let's do. Why way? and then basis period, then accessible. Right. So don't forget that the old rule, I mean, is saying actual year basis. So the first year of assessment will be, let's write beams limited determination of basis period and accessible profit for 2016 to 17-18, 2018 year of assessment. Right.
So
So don't forget,
I'm sorry to be a bother. This old rule, does it apply to a certain year?
yeah, years before 2020 year of assessment. Years before 2020 year of assessment. Since Finance Act 2019 became applicable in 2020, so years before the 2020 year of assessment will be following the old rule.
So like if you see an exam and can it be mixed up? Is that
It can be
possible?
mixed up. So I will sort the mix up in this class.
All right, thank you.
Just stay with me. In the next class, I'll sort the move on. So we have, don't forget our rule. You know, like I said, tax class is very simple. Just learn to follow the instruction, right? So it's going to be on actual year basis. So I mean, the first year I'm going to be in 2016, right? So the basis period shall be from the date of commencement. So what's the date of commencement, everybody? 1st September, right? 2016 to 31st December, 31 December of that same year, 31 December 2016, right? So if we count carefully, how many months do we have here? How many months profit do we have here? We have September, October, November, December. We have September, October, November,
4.
December, right? So therefore we have 4, right? So we have 4 months. So how many months profit do we have between September and March? How many months profit do we have between September and March? September, October, November, December, January, February, March. We have how many months? We have 7. So 4/7 times 1.8 million, right? 4/7 times 1.8 million. So what do we have? How much is the profit that we have? So I have 1028571. Abi? 1028571. Right?
Sorry,
So
sir. Peter, yeah, are you working with actual year basis?
yeah, it must be on actual year basis. For the old rule, it's on actual year basis. All right. So
Thank you, sir.
you're welcome. But I would prefer you ask using the chat room so that we don't make the class rowdy. Right. That's just the idea anyway, just to make the class rowdy. So we are saying again the second year is going to be from the date of commencement to the 12 months period, right? So let's count from the date of commencement. Don't forget that the date of commencement is when? 1 September 2016, right? To 12 months period. So what's 12 months period? So we have September, October, November, December. That's up to 31st August, right? 31st August 2017. So if you check properly, it means I have the whole of 1.8 million because March comes before August. So I have the whole of 1.8 million. So I would say 1.8 million plus. Now, if you check from April to March is 12 months, right? From April to March is 12 months, right? Please use the chat room so that I'll be sure I'm not talking to myself. Hello. All right. So from April to March is 12 months. However, what I want to pick is from from April to September. What I need to pick is from April to September. So how many months do we have between April to September? How many months do we have from April to September? April, May, June, July, August, September. How many months? So are you sure? April, May, June, July, August. So I mean April to August, I mean. How many months? April to August should be how many months? 5. That's 5. That's 5 over 12 times. How much is the profit? 3.2. So how much do we have? Please help me compute it. Give me the answer. The chat room. Okay. So 133.1 plus 1.8. What do you have? Plus 1.8. What do you have? Please help me. Oh, that should be 3.1, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So year 3. Thank you. 2018 year of assessment. The rule says that it must be on preceding year basis, right? And it must end in the accounting year end. So when you check the accounting year end, the accounting year is 31st March, right? So I will say 31st March 2017, right? So you count back because it must be 12 months period. So if you count back, that will be 1st of February, 1st of April 2016. That's 1st of April 2016. So you need to check as at 1st of April 2016, as the business commenced, as at 1st April 2016, as business commenced, the answer is no. The business has not commenced. So in the exam, just strike through. Just strike through. That means, so in that case, the law is not applicable. So you put year 2 in year 3. So you say 1/9/2016 to 31 August 2017. And what's the profit? The same profit we computed previous year. 3,133.33, right? So in 2019 year of assessments, all you need to do is then to just pick your profit as if nothing happened. So that's 1. The accounting year is August, right? So that's 1/9/2017, 31/8 2018, and the profit is how much? 3.2 billion. Right. So that is that about old rule. I will do another illustration in the next class, but I have 3 more minutes, and that will not be sufficient enough for me to solve or to do another thing. Right. So, but in case you have any question, please use the chat room to ask your question, while I will entertain just one. It's one of the issues of the old rule. That's one of the issues of the old rule. The old rule double counts. The old rule double counts because there's overlapping in the basis period. And that's what the new rule came to correct. So your observation is correct. Right. Any question? Any other question? Yes, I will drop the notes. I will drop the note definitely. Yeah. Any question? Moses Bonyi. All right. So in the absence of question, thank you very much for coming. I appreciate you joining this call. Good night. What I did tell you. Okay, so I will tell you in the next class. I will tell you in the next class. Thank you for remembering.
Thank you.
So do you enjoy the rest?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ah.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.